Welcome back, everybody. We're now joined by Rob Schilling, host of the Rob Schilling Show. That is on 1070 WINA in Charlottesville, Virginia. And Dr. Jason Nichols, Democrat strategist and lecturer at the University of Maryland. Dr. Nichols, we'll start with you, sir. What is the problem with a $250 billion loan to small businesses to help those businesses stay afloat and pay their employees?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm all for giving small businesses loans in order to pay their employees and keep their payroll going. We know that small businesses employ more Americans than large corporations. My only objection is to giving, $500 billion to large corporations. That's my only problem with any of the stimulus packages that have been put forward, including the one that passed. But as far as funding small businesses, I'm 100% for it.
Well, why did Democrats block it today? That's my question.
Well, again, I think there are lots of issues in terms of number one, we haven't actually given families their first stimulus check. And we're still waiting on a lot of that. We have a lot of other issues in terms of ventilators and all these things that we're trying to get done. I do believe in the long run that this will pass, that they will work out the kinks. We saw how long it took for the first stimulus package to pass. So I think there are kinks that they're working out. And eventually, Democrats certainly are pro small business. They shouldn't be as pro large corporation as they are. But I think in the end, they will get the money.
Yeah, those large corporations employ people too. Rob, let me ask you, because one of the elements of the Democrats' objections and what they're offering is they want, I think it was $150 billion to stay with the government. They want it for the food stamp program. So they're saying, no, we don't want to send it out to small businesses. We don't want to send it out to people. We want to keep it in the government. And to me, that's just backward. What about you?
Yeah, it's totally ridiculous. The government never made anybody wealthy. It only robs wealth. This money is coming from the people. It needs to go back into the hands of the people that will spend it in the economy. It's a false narrative that the government is going to bail us out from this. They can loan us money. They can stimulate the economy. But ultimately, it has to be the activity of individuals, of small and large businesses that will bring America back financially.
Dr. Nichols, let's change because everybody's a little worried about the upcoming election, and there's been a big push by Speaker Pelosi to do mail-in voting. To me, that sounds like a bad idea. Why is it a good idea for Democrats?
Well, I think we all know why mail-in voting is a good idea right now when we're all trapped in our houses and we're trying to keep Americans safe and alive. We've got, 13,000 people that have died from COVID-19. And the best way to keep people safe and to not allow for another spike, estimates say that 60,000 Americans are going to die from COVID-19 by the time that this initial spike is over. And that's more Americans than died in combat in Vietnam. So I think the smart thing to do is if we have secure mail-in voting, which I know Republicans act like, the boogeyman is around the corner and everybody's trying to cheat votes. What they're actually trying to do oftentimes is suppress votes. So I think, honestly, mail-in voting is a good idea, like many of the other things that we've done in order to remove obstacles from voting. But Republicans seem to want to truncate the voting base in America and have fewer people voting, which you tell me why that is.
Well, hold on. Yeah, well, hold on. Rob, see, my experience has been just the opposite. The last time we saw a big organized cheating effort was by Acorn, and look what they did. And they had committed so much malfeasance. This looks like it would be Acorn on steroids for a national vote like this. What do you say, Rob?
Yeah, we've had the problem in Virginia. It has been researched. It has been documented that there has been voter fraud here, people attempting to register people fraudulently, people trying to get pets to vote. I've documented all of these things. This is asking for trouble, but you see, they're letting a crisis take us to a place where we shouldn't be as a country. You talk about fraud. Anybody can open up my mailbox and take out a ballot and send it in my name, and my vote is canceled out. It's a horrible idea. I understand we're in times that are unprecedented, but that's a horrible idea. We ought to be very careful of it.
All right, Rob and Dr. Nichols, thank you guys. Appreciate the time here on the Chris Salcedo Show. We got to cut it off there. Thanks, gentlemen. We'll talk again.